need to remind you of a little movie called Deliverance.
You know, Scott actually has a point. If you would love me to do a look back on this, let me know in the comments. Even though Deliverance isn't a horror movie per se, it makes sense what Scott says in Wrong Turn. Let's get into the video, my friends. I remember seeing this film for the first time in 2003 when it came out. It was nice and fresh for me. It was one of those movies that really, it got the heart pumping. Like I said, 2003, directed by Rob Schmidt, came out starring Desmond Harrington and Eliza Dushku. Desmond Harrington, you might have seen him in Ghost Ship. And Eliza Dushku, you might have seen in when she was very young, playing as Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter in True Lies. Well, I can promise you, in this movie, she's properly grown up. And even though this movie follows a lot of the horror movie cliches that you see a lot in every single horror movie, teens going into the woods and getting into trouble. I think this one is one of the more scarier ones when it comes to that, because of the cannibalistic mountain men that pursue them. Long story short, Chris Flynn is a medical student who's on his way to a new job, new life, everything. And he drives the nicest Mustang, I must say. I love that Mustang in this movie. It's such a cool car. Unfortunately, the main road is blocked up, and he has to take an alternate route to get to his appointment. And it's just like in that scene in House The Hills Have Eyes, where the family stops at this remote gas station, and there's always this one creepy character who doesn't really give a shit about life. He's just, but yeah, you meet these people, and he tells them, take this road, and you'll be okay. Which Chris does. He takes the wrong turn, if you will. It's not really a turn, he just turns off to a different road, but it's the wrong road. That would have been the wrong title for this movie. Wrong road. Wouldn't work. But anyway, he takes the wrong turn. And unfortunately, he has a little bit of an accident with a stationary vehicle that's standing still in the road, that's been damaged by some barbed wire on the wheels. And that's where he meets up a couple of college students, Francine, Evan, Scott, his girlfriend, Jessie. And all of a sudden now they have to find some help, because he has to get on his way, they have to get on his way. But I must tell you, it's a very satisfying thing for me when I see Francine's character, or Francine, getting ripped apart by Sawtooth. Now, Sawtooth is one of the main cannibalistic mountain men. He was played by the late Gary Robbins, who was also an ex-wrestler. Huge guy. The guy was 7'5". One of the other cannibalistic men in the movie is called One Eye. He's the childlike, giant lurking thingy. Him and Sawtooth, they're the muscle of the family. But the guy that you should really watch out for is he's called Three Finger. It's like the Hunchback of Notre Woods. It's just the guy. Well, all of these guys are clearly insane, and all of them have their functions in this family. But moving on, as they come to this go look for help, we see Francine get killed, we see Evan get killed, and eventually when the teens get to this cabin. Now, this has always been a funny thing for me. If I went into the woods and I found a cabin and there were cars standing all over the place, and there were clearly signs of struggling, and I wouldn't go inside to go and look for a phone. I would turn around and maybe just try and get away. But as we know in these movies, that's not how it works. I mean, what they find inside the cabin is, yeah, it's horrific. And eventually they get trapped basically because the mountain men return to their cabin with their car and the broken car and all the bodies that they had just dismembered. I mean, this scene where they're dragging Francine into the cabin and busy preparing their meal for the day, this frightened me the first time I saw it, because, I mean, see for yourselves. Now, if I was Chris, I would have cacked my pants. But yeah, now it becomes a race to survival. Now you have to get away, and that's what's good about this movie. It's very fast-paced from that moment on. You're really into this whole thing. You would think these two big guys and their little brother wouldn't be able to catch anything, but Sawtooth is a marksman when it comes to rifles and arrows. I mean, One Eye is basically one of the muscle guys. He's the but he's also very childlike. He's very. But Three Finger is a complete maniac. That thing will chew your head off while you're running. I'm pretty sure of it. But I'm not going to spoil the whole movie for you guys. For people that haven't seen it, I mean, it's 18 years old. For me, like I said, it's the best one in the series. I only think they shouldn't keep on milking the same movie over and over and over again, because then you start losing interest in the characters and stuff. If you made one great movie, maybe stick to that. That's just my opinion. But if you haven't seen it, my friends, try and find the 2003 version of Wrong Turn, the original Wrong Turn. See that, and you'll see what I mean. And there's a lot of frights, a lot of blood, a lot of scares, a lot of suspensefulness, and some very, very great effects and stuff in this movie. Practical effects as well as special effects. But I hope to see you guys in the next one. Seek out this movie, and we shall see you in the next one, my friends. Keep safe as always, and enjoy the film, my friends. Cheers.